My name is Will Schaff. I would like you guys to check out my interview that I made with another individual named Will. He works over at the Botanical Garden over here in Chicago. What's your favorite plant around here?
Okay.
It may be tough.
We just got here.
Great question. Now let me ask you real quick. Can I pick a season or in general?
You can pick a season.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
Spring, winter, fall.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with this time of year. When you walk, it's not a plant, it's a tree right now.
Okay.
And my favorite tree is called the upright purple beech tree. And it's when you leave right here, and we're gonna go across the bridge and I'll show you, but it's one of the first trees you'll see here. And they're massive, they're like these big spires, like on columns. And the leaves themselves are so shiny, but they're really thick. And it's just this super cool way of, for me at least, when I know spring's coming into summer, when everything is gonna be starting to bloom in the garden, when those leaves start to come in.
Who is, let's just say, who is the caretaker? Who's the groundsman?
Yeah.
Your guy.
So it's a little different than other organizations because, as you know, being from Chicago, it's barren in the wintertime. We don't have that many plants. Anything's growing is going to be in our greenhouses, which is in the next building. So a lot of our maintainers of the plants, the horticultural staff, the grounds aren't working during the winter. So during that season, I think there's several hundred people who are working here at the garden, both in the administrative capacity, my section, which is visitor experience and talking to people, and then there's not as many people outside with the horticulture. But this time of year, I think we grow around to about 500 people for all the maintenance that needs to be done in the gardens. The other thing about it is really interesting is you wonder how can they take care. We have 385 acres here. How can only several hundred people take care of it because there's so much space? Is that we have 1,000 plus volunteers. So we rely a lot on volunteer help too to make this place grow.
Now that you got me on another spot, how many total greenhouses do you guys have?
Okay, sorry, that's going to be again a little difficult. It's a complex question.
You can say 4, 2, whatever number seems comfortable.
Okay, we have 3 greenhouses which are located in the next building, which is our Regenstein Center. It's a semi-tropical, a tropical, and an arid. I asked you earlier what season is my favorite. You asked me what's my favorite flower because honestly, I love the barrel cacti flower in the arid greenhouse in the winter. That's maybe one of my favorite, and the different colors there. But those 3 greenhouses are open every day, and there's always something going on with them. That's where our orchid show is in February and March. Right now, we have our corpse flower that's in there too, plus our ghost orchids in there too. So there's always something going on. The reason why I hesitated at the first part of it is that we have 3 greenhouses that are always open to the public, but we also have 27 other greenhouses that are called our production greenhouses, and that's where they grow everything here. And those are open to the public usually like once a month or so, where you can schedule a tour through the visitor center here, and they show you where everything is grown. And that's located on the other side. So we have production greenhouses, and then we have our display greenhouses.
Okay. What's your favorite spot for when you take people for a tour, and what makes that your passion?
Well, that's a great question because the garden being open to everybody, it's everybody's garden. Everybody has their own personal place here. I've been here nearly 10 years, and so I've had the opportunity to see so much of this place, but I can answer your question. I love number 15 right here. Number 15 is the English Wall Garden, and there are 4 different rooms. And one of the things I love about this place is the calm that it brings from the chaos of everyday life. And inside the English Wall Garden, there is a little bench next to a little fountain. And I love, that's like my place if I want to go down, if I want to take people and sit and talk, whether it be people who are visiting, whether it be someone who's a new employee who's coming here just to see how quiet and calm and beautiful it can be. Because even in the winter, There's a beautiful magnolia tree in there, and even though its leaves aren't there and there are no flowers, it's just still really.
That's the disappointing part about magnolias. I love magnolia trees. I used to have one in my old house over by Orland Park, where my father used to live and stuff. And there was a great magnolia tree right next to my bedroom, and it was sad that there's only like that the flowers are just limited time only.
Right. It seems like it's
And
only a couple
around
weeks.
like the springtime that they start around. Early spring and stuff like that.
I feel the same way as like a plant and flower nerd. Like it is so wonderful. I know, because it's like to have that outside your window. That must have been incredible.
It was incredible. It only lasted for like probably 2 weeks.
I know,
and then
right?
That's about it.
Yeah. So I totally get you. Yeah, but that's magnolia. And then when you come into spring, you got the magnolia, and then in the summer, the English wall garden just comes to life with so many blooms and blossoms, and it's a garden that feels a little wild too, because even though there's a bench and it's calm to sit by this little fountain, it just seems like the plants are just coming out everywhere, the flowers are coming out everywhere. So I always felt really safe and secure being around there and being at that bench at that corner of the garden.
How did you get this job, and how did you discover it over here?
It's another great question. This place is kind of like a hidden gem because we're not totally in Chicago. I mean, we're on the north shore, north suburbs, but we're still within the Cook County Forest Preserves, who are the property owners of this land. So I went to school, and when I was done with school, I needed a job for the summer, about 10 years ago. And my mom, in the past, had known people who volunteered here.
Okay.
And so it's a little bit of a familiar connection. And my brother also, he did grounds work growing up. And he actually did a couple years grounds here too, but it was years before. And they said, why don't you just go over there, check their website, give them a call. And so I did.
Yeah.
And it was a really opening, simple, I mean, it's not that simple, but it was just an entry-level job. In that sense, it's simple. And I applied for it, and it was to be like a greeter, cashier, here at the front. And so I interviewed for that, and it would have been 10 years ago in June. And I've stayed here ever since. So it's been more than just a summer job.
I think I got all of our questions down.
Yeah.
We needed.
If you have any more, please let us know. We have, right where you met me outside, we have our information desk right out there. We're here to help. We have what's called the Plants Information Center too. That's staffed by master gardeners.
Okay.
So if you did have a specific horticultural question, it's a free service. You could call them, send an email, and they'll answer your question. Or you come back and you can ask me. I don't know that much, but I'd be more than happy to tell you about what I like, at least from the garden. Okay.
All right. That sounds great.